Lindsay wildlife experience. Okay, let's go. Hi guys, welcome back to the Cool Cupcake Sisters. Today we're at Lindsay Wildlife Experience, and I can't wait to go inside because it's my first time here. And yeah, come on, let's go. Look at them. Oh, it's Chucky with a shot.
Emily. All right, thanks. Enjoy your day. What did you need, sweetie? Quarters?
Come on, follow Claire.
Do you need a penny too, or do you just need quarters?
Pennies, huh?
Okay, so
It was too far. I'm getting a rabbit.
Stand in front of it.
This machine is called a press penny machine. Most of the time, me and Gianna go to a museum. If they have a press penny machine, we usually like to get press pennies. All you need is 2 quarters and 1 penny. I have a huge collection already. And it's a bunny. Ooh, look at these. As today, I got an owl. They're really cute, and you can make a good collection out of them. Okay. They're very good souvenirs if you're looking for something as a tiny souvenir when you're on vacation. This is a gopher snake. This is a California ground squirrel. This is a raccoon. And then mommy, this one is American crow, cedar waxwing, and Anna's hummingbird. See, these are all.
Look how close you are. Look how
scared you are. Do this. Help us feed an animal hospital. So these are really cool. These are Matic t-shirts, and they burst into color when you're in the sun. So right now we're indoors, so they're black. But when we get outside, they'll become colorful. Just so cool. I really want one. So pretty. Mommy, I have this. I have the same bug. Mommy, look, there's pins. There's a flower.
that's an education.
Mommy, you can get good luck minis. You can get dolphin. You can get this.
And this needs water to be able to work. That goes back to me.
What does it do?
Stones.
This can be for a phone or like a computer. Do you see the huge owl, guys? He can turn his head all the way around.
How big?
Look how big that owl is. I'm more curious into the owl.
Thank you very much.
Training. Now we are going outside to see a hawk during its training session.
Does anybody recognize it?
Bald eagle.
No? Not a bald eagle. It's a type of hawk. Any ideas? No? So
This type of hawk is called a hairless hawk.
and today we're going to be doing some training with him. And we're going to tell you a little bit about his personal history and also how hairless hawks are threatened in the wild. So we're going to start off with some of his training.
So one of the trainings you'll see Métis doing with him is what we call recall. So basically, he flies off to a certain point, and what recall is Métis going to recall him back to his glove. And so this is very important because as Saguaro gets more freedom with his flight and better at his training, it's very important for him to have a very good recall training so that he comes back to his trainer, whoever's dealing with him fairly easily.
So in the desert, as you guys probably know, there's not many places for birds to perch. There are tall cacti, but usually it's more wide open sand, and it's harder for birds to look out and find their prey. So one thing that hairless hawks do, they actually stack on top of each other as they hunt in packs. They stack on top of each other to get a higher vantage point. So you guys will probably see that in a little bit. Right now, Métis is still doing the target training. Every time Saguaro goes to a place that he wants him to, Saguaro gets a little bit.
The reason that they were born in captivity and have never been in the wild, and it's so soon back in the wild, it wasn't exactly how to survive.
I think he wants to too.
Yeah, so you guys, as Aaron just said, Saguaro doesn't actually have any injuries. That's why he's able to do some of these trainings. A lot of our birds have either wing injuries or neurological damage or something like that prevents them from flying really well, prevents them from hunting or something like that, something that's very important to them in the wild. Saguaro, on the other hand, he doesn't have any injuries like that. He was actually born in captivity, so he's never lived in the wild. He's had on Métis' back, and so that was that stacking behavior that we're trying to that we're teaching him. And so since he is not in the wild, we want to simulate to make it as close as a wild environment that he can have. So doing these types of behaviors, such as catching
And joining our impromptu training session with Saguaro here. There is another program coming up in about 7 minutes in the exhibit hall called Nature's Web. That is not to be missed. So that's coming up soon. We'll be out here for a few more minutes with Saguaro. He'll be having some free time a little bit after this training session, so feel free to let us know if you have any questions. Thank you again.
of the food chain or the food web? You've heard of that? Some of us have, some of us haven't. Well, how about this? You may have heard of it. You're a Disney fan, a Lion King fan. Have you heard of the Circle of Life? You heard of that one? Come on, I know you guys like Disney. What's going on here? Yes. Okay, so some of us have heard of that as well. Crumble. So another, did you have a question? Or you like Disney, is that what you're saying? Yeah, me too. Awesome. Oh, you've been there? Oh, jealous. All right. So another way to think about this, the food chain, the food web, the circle of life, is to talk about a game of Jenga. How many of you guys have played this game before? Most of us, right? Yes. So what's going to happen if I take out just one block? Is the whole thing going to crumble if I take out maybe just one block? You don't know, right? That's a really good answer, actually. We don't know what's going to happen, but we can guess that maybe the tower will stay standing if we just take out 1 or 2 blocks. Yeah?
I played this game before, and my mom if you fall the block down,
Yes, so if the blocks all fall down, that is how you lose this game. So, if we're thinking about this as we're thinking about our environment and the earth that we live on, yeah, we're totally animals. But that's what I wanted to point out is that a lot of times, we humans with our big brains and our buildings and our cities and our cars, we don't think of ourselves as animals a lot of the time. We think of ourselves as separate from nature and separate from the environment. But we ourselves are animals. We are just one block in the game of Jenga here. One piece in that food web or that food chain. So if our whole tower collapses, are we going to be affected by that? They live in the ground, not the ones up in the trees. And those burrows that they dig provide homes for many other animals, including our California tiger salamanders, many snakes, sometimes even foxes might dig out, excavate one, yeah, rattlesnakes possibly, western pond turtle. And this is our California native species. This is actually the only native species of freshwater turtle on the west coast. So we have turtles in the ocean that live in salt water, and they are native. But this is our only native freshwater turtle. And one thing you might notice, especially if you've gone over and looked at our 2 turtles, this is our male, his name is Stebbins. We also have a female whose name is Emmy. And our female's shell is a lot bigger than Stebbins' shell. His shell is pretty small, even for his body size. That is because he is here with us because he got something called shell rot. It is, I can't remember if it is a fungus. It is some kind of disease that gets into their shell, and it causes it to not grow properly or to kind of break apart sometimes. And this can happen especially when you take a turtle out of its native habitat and try to keep it as a pet. So I'll ask you guys this. Is it ever a good idea to take a wild animal out of nature and keep it as a pet? No. Music to my ears. Now, barn owls are pretty cool. They are one of the most widespread owls in the world. They're found on every continent except for Antarctica. And they are very beneficial for us. They are called barn owls because they would often hang out, will often hang out in barns, on farms and things like that. They sometimes nest up in the rafters, and they like to hunt on farms. And what is our barn owl eating? Can you see what it's eating? Mouse, yeah, mouse, rats sometimes, little rodents. What's hanging out is the tail, and we call that raptor spaghetti. Very affectionately, raptor spaghetti. So, barn owls are very helpful for us because they help keep our populations of rodents in check, meaning they eat tons of rodents, little mice, rats, moles, gophers, all kinds of different things. They eat a lot of those animals. They keep them from exploding in population. If we didn't have this, I will. We're just gonna touch the shell, not the soft parts. Perfect. All right. Next person.
Would you touch it?
Oh, that's cool.
Margo.
So make sure she doesn't put them out into the wild, right? So we're not going to touch the head because it could get scared. Just the back there. Perfect.
And I have a question.
Sure. What's your question?
Does barn owls have wings?
have wings so they can fly.
Yeah, owls also have wings so they can see food more better.
Absolutely, that is correct. Yeah, what was your question? Oh, turtles. So this turtle eats both plants and animals. So it might eat fish, little fish swimming around in the water with it. It might also eat, when it's younger, it'll eat more vegetation, which is like little plants, algae, roots of plants, things like that. So technically they are omnivores. They eat both plants and animals. Yeah. Do you want to touch? He's trying to swim. He's like, I don't understand. Yeah, so you can see a lot more of Stebbins because his shell is so small. Because of that shell rot that he had, that's why he's here with us. And remember to go and wash your hands with soap and water after this. I think he's so pretty.
The shell is a bear, a otter, a coyote, a pallid bat, a skunk, and a bobcat. I think the bears is the gross. Just look at it. It's like stuff. Ew. Ew, that looks like our poop right now. But it has like stuff. Dirt. Ew, look at the top.
We're gonna fly now. Spread your arms out. Spread your arms out. All the way out. Like this. That's it.
So guys, right now I'm doing a flying simulator, but sadly it's also the end of our video. I hope you come here one day when you have a break or a weekend, because it's a very nice place to go to. I hope you subscribe and like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. And don't forget, it's free! So like I said, I hope you enjoyed our video. Thank you for watching. We love you! Bye! Wow, I feel like I'm really flying.